It sounds simple. Take a car and accelerate from a standing start over a quarter mile as quick as possible. But imagine that your vision is impaired by an enormous engine forcing its way out through the bonnet. And that engine is making 3,500 horsepower. Beside you, an equally ferocious machine, spitting and growling as it awaits your company on the start line. You barely touch the gas pedal, and the engine revs wildly, awaiting the flash of amber, then green to set you off. With a stab of the throttle and a dump of the clutch, your helmet is pinned to the roll cage as the car launches, reaching the national speed limit in under 1 second, and you have only just passed the start lines. Already, the huge engine is roaring, begging for another gear, then another, and as you blur through tyre shake, fighting the car to stay straight with one hand, whilst the front wheels barely touch the road. You have travelled 2 lengths of the football pitch in 3.8 seconds, but you're still only halfway. As the finish line approaches, the V8 screams toward 10,000 RPM, and you drive with one hand again as you reach for the parachute to arrest the car from over 400 kilometres an hour. Welcome to Top Doorslammer.
Built in 1985 by a group of drag racers keen to secure a future for their sport at Australia's longest running and most established drag racing venue. And as here we bring to you a whole new world of motorsport action. Hi everyone, welcome to the Castrol Edge Tin Top Titles. Coming up over the next hour, we've got those fantastic ANDRA Top Doorslammer cars that run 400 kilometres an hour over the quarter mile, but that is just the tip of the iceberg. Australia's fastest motorsport just got bigger and better. ANDRA Championship drag racing like you've never seen it before. All your favourite action from across the nation coming your way in high definition. Every major event in Australia, and we've got you quarter mile covered. We kick off at Willowbank with the baddest blown door slammers and high-stepping pro stockers from the Castrol Edge Tin Top Titles. Before heading to Sydney for the kick to the sport, Top Fuel Dragsters, and a host of Group 1 goodies from the Karcher Nitro Champs. We wrap up the 08-09 Championship at the traditional Winter Nationals. And then in August we start it all again for another season of ANDRA Championship drag racing. More qualifying, more racing, all in HD. So join us as we bring you the fastest, loudest and baddest machines in the strip, right here on 1HD.
5 rounds down and 3 to go. Hello, my name's Chad Naylor and I'm coming from the Willowbank Chartered Accountants pit of Rob and Judd here in ANDRA Top Doorslammer. It's a big weekend for Juddy, and for one big reason, we've got 13 ANDRA Top Doorslammers here this weekend fighting for an 8-car field come race day. Why is it a big weekend? Well, he's 128 points adrift of the national champion so far, John Zapier. Let's check out the Shannon's point score so far. As you can see, John Zapier is well out in front. 128 points clear of Juddy. Gary Phillips, Benny Bray, well, there's still a mathematical chance of finishing at the top as well. But Juddy has to go rounds this weekend. The first thing to that, he's got to qualify.
Let's check out some fast facts for ANDRA Top Doorslammer. Of course, those distinctive body styles, a unique characteristic, Chad, of the fastest accelerating sedans on planet Earth.
Of course, supercharged methanol burning engine. Now, what that essentially means, Dean, we've got the big blower on top. We'll be talking about that a bit later. But the key thing with ANDRA Top Doorslammer is they're the wildest category going around.
Obviously, there's weight sanctions on the category as well, and must have usable doors, which we love to see after the burnout sequence. Always a crowd favourite, this drag racing eliminator. As we move into Auto 1 qualifying, round 1 here at the Castrol Edge Tin Top Titles. A huge entry list. It's going to be fantastic racing. Matt Abel in the Karcher machine up against Gary Phillips for Lucas Oil Products in this qualifying stoush.
There are 2 exciting things about ANDRA Top Doorslammer. 1, qualifying day. 2, race day. The reason I love qualifying, Dean, as we see Gary Phillips backing up right now in the Studebaker, we have 13 cars here this weekend. Only 8 can race tomorrow.
It is a brutal formula, and Gary Phillips looking at the Lucas Oil Products car. Looks like there's trouble for the Karcher machine. Tough break for Matt Abel, made good progress at the last round of the championship at the Perth Motorplex. Gary Phillips usually posts a very good first up qualifying time off the trailer. Can he repeat that here in Queensland? He can indeed. very tidy run for Phillips, 6:01, and the speed is good too.
He's so consistent off the trailer. Another 6.0 time straight, fresh first pass as we see Benny Bray backing up. And how good is this Ray Bernard? Well, it's a 57 Chevy Nomad. This is the only car this weekend running the Root style blower. And we haven't seen him actually in elimination so far this year. He hasn't got past qualifying.
Ben Bray certainly had some good numbers at the Perth Motorplex. Has been a little inconsistent by the Castrol Edge Kids standard. Ray Bernard, beautifully turned out car. Very popular entry here in Queensland. And the good news is he's looking to travel a little bit for the rest of the season. Big qualifying matchup here. But Ray Bernard, a very encouraging run, 6.23. Good potential for the car.
Well, they did quite a bit of testing here back in January at the NZ Year Series. And we see Victor Bray rolling through. He actually got that thing down to the 6.1, so hopefully we can see Ray Bernard in the field come tomorrow.
The crowd cheers. Why? Because the king of Doorslammer is in the house. Russell Pavey for low fuel systems. This Corvette has been massaged, finessed, tweaked and tuned over the past several months as you've seen it arrive in this Eliminator. Victor Bray stands as a colossus in the sport, but it has been a season he would rather forget to this point in time.
He's only faced the elimination tree once all season at the Western Nationals, and he went out first round. Russ Pavey's also done a bit of testing recently so far. He did have some good results there. He needs to continue that kind of good form if he's going to be racing tomorrow.
Russell Pavey very aggressive in the clutch, an early shut-off for Victor Bray, but that should squeak him comfortably in the top 8 for now with that 6.22. John Zapier. This man is crushing the field so far this season in ANDRA Top Doorslammer.
He certainly is. He's been doing so much testing back at the Perth Motorplex. The racetrack here today, Dean, very similar to how it was the last time we went testing in Perth. Very, very tight. He went 3 passes that day. He went 583, 584, 583, quicker than anybody has ever been in ANDRA Top Doorslammer. If he can continue that kind of form, well, he's going to brain the field here this weekend.
In September 2005, we saw a 5.967, and he has taken it to a whole new level since then. He's getting awfully comfy in the 5.8 second zone, 102 to the 60, which is about the same as he achieved back in 2005, but it's the 8th mile times, Chad, that are fantastic. He's been regularly cranking 3.8 to the 8th.
Well, if you run 3.8 to half track, you'll run 5.8 to the finish. Zapier straight to number 1.
Plenty more ANDRA Championship qualifying action still to come. Don't miss it.